Welcome back to my channel. I am back with another review. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And let's just get right into this review. So at the very beginning of this episode, Spice ends up taking some of the cast with her to London to do one big show together. Originally, she was going to take them on tour with her, but she changed her mind pretty quickly after she saw all the drama that went down last season when she was just trying to put the album together. And listen, I do not blame her for not wanting to take them on a full tour with her, because all the drama that went down when she was just trying to put the album together and get the songs done was just way too much. So imagine how it would be if they actually all went on tour together. It would be crazy. Now, Spice ended up getting Lisa Mercedes to take the cast around London so that they can have a good time while she's busy. And there's definitely some tension amongst the group because Amy says that she has a little bit of a problem with Scrappy because he actually ended up blocking and unfollowing her on social media, which she thought was weird. So there's a little bit of tension with them. And then there's also tension between her and Bambi because Amy said in her confessional in this episode that they're still beefing with one another. And to me, their beef was stupid to begin with. They should have never been beefing in the first place. I think Amy took things way too far last season with Bambi, all because Bambi was just talking to a guy that Amy slept with 10 plus years ago. To me, that was stupid and Amy really needs to let it go. Now, there's also some tension between Scrappy and Chaotic because they're beefing with each other over money, because Chaotic and Scrappy ended up putting together a YouTube channel, but Chaotic said that he ended up taking Scrappy's name off the YouTube channel because Scrappy was not putting in any work or putting any money into it, and so he was basically doing everything by himself. But Scrappy said that that's not the reason why he's mad. He's mad because of the fact that, you know, he says Chaotic owes him money from the YouTube channel. So after them saying that there's money involved in this situation, I don't know if things are going to be resolved between Scrappy and Chaotic until the money situation is figured out, because once there's money involved, I don't think there's any coming back from that until the person actually gets paid. Now, I don't know if Chaotic actually owes Scrappy any money, but according to him, he does. So Mendices, Kirk, and Jock did not end up going to London because they weren't actually on the album, but they did end up meeting with each other in this episode, and Mendices was telling them how him and Yandy are in a really good place, even though last season he wouldn't wear his wedding ring, and he was talking about how things weren't really working out between the two of them, and you saw that Yandy was really distraught over it, and she really wanted to keep her marriage together, but he claims that everybody tried to break them up, but it didn't end up working out, and he's wearing his wedding ring now, which I think is good if their marriage is able to survive. However, he needs to not be in any other women's faces if he doesn't want drama with his relationship, because even though it can be said that Jasmine and her friends were being messy when it came to Yandy and Mendices' relationships, had he not been in any other women's faces, they wouldn't have anything to go back and tell Yandy. So he needs to watch what he does if he doesn't want it to get back to Yandy, because if people see you as a public figure and a married man being inappropriate with another woman, they're gonna go back and tell what you're doing, so he needs to watch what he does. But Kirk was saying that him and Rashida are in a good place despite all the drama with them as well, but he did say that he feels some type of way about Jasmine because she's just been going around trying to ruin everybody's relationships, and yes, she is being messy. However, again, if they weren't doing anything inappropriate, she wouldn't have anything to go be messy with because there would be nothing to go back and tell, so they do need to take a little bit of accountability. However, Mendices does still have a little bit of a bone to pick with Kirk because he feels like Kirk kind of threw him under the bus a little bit, talking about how he's at the bar a lot, and so he feels like that's the reason why Jasmine came for him the way that she did. He feels like it had a lot to do with what Kirk was saying. However, Jock has some drama going on with him and Kendra. He did say that they're in a better place than they were at the end of last season. However, he said that he went through Kendra's phone and he saw that she was talking to this guy that she used to be cool with a long time ago. He's an ex-NFL player, and he was in Kendra's DMs telling her that she was sexy and she was fine, and he was sending heart eyes, and Kendra was replying to what he was saying, according to Jock. Now, I do agree that it's inappropriate for another guy to be in your inbox, putting heart eyes, and you're replying to him. However, Jock has done a lot of messy things in his relationship with Kendra. He claims that they were on a short break when he got another woman pregnant, and then as of recently, a lot of women have came out and came at Kendra based off of Jock, because last season his assistant was yelling at Kendra, telling her that if she wanted Jock, she could have him. So I feel like he's kind of getting a little bit of a taste of his own medicine. Now, even though there was a lot of drama between Bambi and Carly last season, Carly was taking things to a whole nother level and things actually almost got physical between the two of them. They did end up, making up with each other at the end of last season. However, Bambi still feels some type of way and wants to clear some things up with Carly. So they end up meeting up in this episode to have a conversation. And Bambi lets Carly know that she's kind of hurt by some of the things that she found out that Carly was saying about her. She ends up telling Carly that she did not have a relationship or a business relationship with her ex, and that they did do a Zoom call together to talk about business, but business never went anywhere between the two of them, and that she would never do something like that to Carly. So Carly actually apologized to Bambi for spreading the rumor that she was messing around with her ex and doing business with him, and Bambi actually accepted the apology. Now, I think that it's cool that they squashed their beef. I'm all for people squashing their beef, but I do feel like Carly is a wild card to be friends with, because one minute you're good with her and then the next minute she's running around acting crazy and befriending all of your enemies. So Bambi definitely needs to keep her eyes open. Now, even though Bambi was able to squash her beef with Carly, she still has some drama going on with Amy, which she tells Carly that she's over. She said that she does not want to beef with Amy anymore. In fact, she said she never wanted to beef with Amy in the first place, but Amy has been saying and doing a little bit too much for her to just get over it that quickly. I hope they end up having a conversation at some point and working things out. Maybe not be friends, but they can be at least cordial with each other, because the beef with them should have never happened in the first place. So Jock and Kendra end up going to Chicago with Yandy and Mendices to handle some political business, and basically as soon as Jock walks out of the room because he has something he has to do, Kendra immediately starts telling Yandy and Mendices what's been going on between her and Jock. She tells them that despite the fact that they're in a good place, she feels like Jock has been wanting to spend a lot more time around her, and she thinks it's because there's this guy that she used to be friends with who used to like her and she used to talk to him in the past, and he wants to do business with her, and she feels like Jock knows about it, and that's the reason why he's trying to keep her really close, because she feels like he feels some type of way about this. And she did say that she understands how he feels. However, she did kind of make it seem like she wants him to get a taste of his own medicine, which is what I said earlier in my review of this. And so it seems to me that, Kendra is definitely going to let this whole situation play out with this ex-NFL player that's been very flirtatious with her in her DMs, because she wants Jock to get a taste of his own medicine. She wants him to know that there's other people that are very successful and attractive that are actually interested in her, so that he knows that there's a chance that he could actually lose her. That's why I think that she's playing into it so much. Now, Sierra did not end up going to London with everybody else, because she ended up getting married at the courthouse to her fiance Zay, and she did not invite her mother and her sisters, because she said that despite the fact that Bambi tried to help her and her mother work things out last season, things didn't work out. It was only temporary, and that her mother and her sisters have still been dragging her on social media. So I think it's fine that she did not invite her mother and her sisters. If they're talking bad about her and she has something really big coming up, I can understand why she wouldn't want to have them a part of it, because they wouldn't really be happy for her based off the things that she says they've been saying about her and her fiance, which I think is really messy. Do I think that Sierra is completely innocent in the situation? No, but I never think that it's okay to bring things to social media, because it just puts everybody in your business and it makes things even more messy. Something that could have been handled within just the family ended up getting put all over social media, and it made things bigger than it really needed to be. Now, Sierra's father and her daughter was there though, and her father was saying that he wants her to make up with her mother and her sisters, and she understood where her father was coming from, because obviously he doesn't want to see his daughters fighting amongst each other. However, Sierra said that she was not interested in working things out with them, because they've said and done too much to hurt her, so she's not interested in doing it. And look, she has to do things at her own pace and her own time, and if she doesn't want to be the one to reach out to them, then maybe in time things will work out between them. But I don't think that she should have to do it just because her father wants her to. But Sierra gets married really quickly, and she falls in love very quick, and then things don't end up working out. So I actually hope that this time things work out in her relationship, because I would never wish harm on another woman's relationship. So despite the fact that I do think that Sierra moves way too quickly, I do wish her the best, and I hope that things actually work out. Her daughter seems to really like her husband, which was different from the last time, because her daughter really did not like her husband before, Eric. She did not like him at all. So I think that that's a good start to their relationship. So Little Zane is trying to play peacemaker between Scrappy and Chaotic because he wants them to all be cool with each other again. So he has a one-on-one conversation with Scrappy, and Scrappy is not for it at all. He claims that Chaotic owes him money from one of the videos on the YouTube channel because that's the video that got the most views. And if the video did get the most views on it, I'm pretty sure he definitely owes Scrappy some money. So I don't think things are going to work out between Scrappy and Chaotic until Chaotic gives him the money that he's owed. But if Chaotic really wants to clear things up, he can literally pull up the analytics for the YouTube channel and show how much money was made on all the videos that Scrappy was a part of. And that way he would know how much money he has to give Scrappy. So the beef between the two of them is kind of getting stupid at this point, because if they really want to get this whole situation rectified, they can literally go into YouTube analytics and find out how much money was made on those videos. So Jock and Kendra end up separating from Yandy and Mendices for a little while, and basically Jock ends up pulling Kendra to the side and he starts asking her about these DMs from the ex-NFL player that she was talking to, and he tells her that if a woman was in his DMs sending him hard eyes and talking about how good looking he was, Kendra would have an issue with it. However, she had a problem with the fact that he even knew about these messages because she said he shouldn't have even been going through her phone. Now, I know that going through people's phone is messy and they say it's an invasion of privacy, but when you go through somebody's phone, you shouldn't find anything anyway. But I don't really feel like Jock was justified in saying that if a woman did that to him, she would have a problem with it, because women have came to her about Jock. A few seasons ago, there was a woman that was saying that she was messing with Jock at the same time that Kendra was. Then he ended up having a baby while the two of them were supposedly on a break. And then last season, a woman who was supposed to be his assistant, who he was very flirtatious with that season, ended up telling Kendra that if she wanted Jock, she could have him. So she already knows what it feels like. So I don't know why he even tried to say that. And so she kind of was checking him a little bit, telling him that he needs to basically get a taste of his own medicine and that she wants to work with this guy anyway. So Jock gets upset and he tells her that he was going to break her down. And so she got pissed off about that. And she told him not to play with her, but to play with his baby mamas and his kids. Now, I don't think she should have mentioned the kids thing, because even though she didn't necessarily say anything about his kids, when you mention somebody's kids when you're in an argument, it definitely gets things a little bit more heated. So things got really heated between Jock and Kendra. They're yelling at each other, swearing at each other, disrespecting one another. And then Jock tells Kendra that he's done with her and that he wants a divorce, which is crazy to me, because he wants a divorce because she wants to work with a guy who's sending her hard eyes. However, she didn't go through with divorcing him after all the things that he did to her and how much he's embarrassed her. So I don't think the two of them should have ever gotten married in the first place. Now, while the cast is out in London, they all end up getting together for a group dinner, and Amy ends up going up to Scrappy and asking him why he blocked and unfollowed her on social media. And Scrappy said that it was no beef, but that she was going back and forth with his baby mama, who is Bambi, and he just felt like it was a little bit messy and he didn't want to be involved in the situation. And so that's the reason why he did that. Now, look, he already involved himself in the situation being messy when he decided to flirt with Amy back last season and go on a little date with her. So he already involved himself in that situation. So blocking Amy wasn't really doing anything. Now, earlier in the episode before this group dinner, Little Zane was going up to Scrappy, telling him that he should try to rekindle things with Bambi while they're on this little vacation. And so when Bambi ends up showing up to the group dinner, Scrappy goes up to her and tells her that Zane was saying that they should rekindle things with each other. And Bambi laughed about it, but she said that she was not interested in doing anything with Scrappy because she been there, she done that, and she doesn't want to get back into that drama again. And look, Scrappy seemed like he was all for it. And I'm not saying being in a relationship with Bambi, but he seems like he wants to flirt with her and be physical with her. That's what it seemed like to me. That's what it was giving in this scene. Now, Little Zane's wife, Ashley, is not on the trip to London with him because she's taking care of her son right now because there's things going on. But he was being very flirtatious with this woman, Lisa Mercedes, at this dinner, and everybody was watching him. And Amy even told him that if he does something disrespectful to Ashley, she was going to go back and tell what he was doing. I don't know why Ashley is still with him anyway after what happened last season. I know it's just a TV show, but some of what happened between them was definitely real. Now, surprisingly, at this dinner table, Amy and Bambi do end up talking with one another, and they have a very cordial, calm, cool, and collected conversation. And basically, Amy ends up apologizing to Bambi because she feels like she took some things a little bit too far, and Bambi accepted the apology, and she also ended up apologizing to Amy because she feels like she took things a little bit too far as well. Bambi even tells Amy that she wanted to really get to know Amy and build a friendship with her before the beef started between the two of them, so I was glad that they were able able to squash their beef, because like I said, I don't like seeing two pretty women getting to a fight and a beef over a guy. To me, that's just stupid. So I'm glad that they squashed their beef. Now, at the very end of this episode, at the dinner, Amy tries to get Chaotic and Scrappy to talk out their issues since she was able to squash her beef with Bambi, and Carly ends up getting involved as well, trying to get the two of them to squash their beef. Now, Scrappy fools everybody, making them think that he's actually apologizing to Chaotic for whatever it is that he did to Chaotic. He starts apologizing, saying that, you know, maybe he took some things that Chaotic did and said the wrong way, but then he takes back the apology. And Scrappy was just doing a lot at this dinner. He was standing up, being loud and dramatic. It was just getting crazy. Because anytime Chaotic would talk, Scrappy kind of started to cut him off and said that, you know, Chaotic was trying to play the victim, basically saying that Scrappy does and says things that's disrespectful, and then when he gets checked about it, he tries to make it seem like he doesn't have a problem. So Scrappy gets pissed off when Chaotic tries to explain what he believes Scrappy's problem is with him. So Scrappy ends up hopping up out of his seat and trying to charge over to where Chaotic is standing, and security quickly grabs him so that they can't fight each other. And so security's trying to hold them back. Bambi is trying to calm Scrappy down and really try to get him to sit back down in his seat, but none of that was working, and Scrappy gets so mad that he takes a glass full of alcohol and he tosses it at Chaotic. Now, I don't know if the glass hit Chaotic or it hit somebody else in the group, but I definitely saw that somebody either got hit with it or they were able to block it from their face. So those are my thoughts on this week's episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos and hit the notification bell so that you know every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you all. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video.